Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Georgia Museum of Art's Morning Mindfulness Program. I want to thank Sage for inviting me back, and hello to anyone that's participated in the practice with me before. I'd like to just ask you to settle in and just try and find a comfortable place where you can plug in and just take a half hour or 40 minutes and practice mindfulness, the big umbrella. Many activities fall under mindfulness, to include just meditation or a walk in nature or being singularly focused. So a lot of things fall under mindfulness and kind of gaining some awareness and popularity because of all the benefits, the calming benefits, the reset, the connect and refresh type benefits that it brings with it. So I want to introduce myself briefly. Some of you know me. My name is Raquel Durden, and I'm a retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel veteran. Definitely appreciated my opportunity to serve our country. I'm also the co-founder and director of Humble Warrior Wellness and Yoga. It's a 501(c)(3) nonprofit that provides wellness modalities like yoga, meditation, mindfulness, journaling, nature-centric activities for women veterans and women first responders. And we do this complimentary. And in fact, I just shared with Sage that getting ready to do that this weekend. I hold a yoga certification at the 500-hour level and also a certificate in holistic nutrition. And I hope to kind of just weave all of that into this patience and self-compassion practice today. So I'd like to start by just giving you a quick orientation to where I am. And then also, even though you're in your home or your place where you want to view this, an orientation to where you are as well. So this is the Nature and the Common Man Gallery. And if you look around, we have the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains here. We have views of California, Half Dome, and then even a waterfall of Yellowstone. When we're with nature, it's a wonderful place to feel grounded. If you haven't put your feet on grass or the ground in a while, that might feel really good to do, or the beach, and just wiggle your toes in. Sometimes we go from place to place to place and we realize we haven't really connected with nature. So I thought this would be a fitting environment. So just take a moment and look where you are. If you're not in nature, on a patio or just someplace, maybe you can see out a window or have a plant nearby or just some kind of nature. If your legs are crossed, maybe uncross them. If you have shoes on, maybe you just want to kick them off and just root your feet down so you feel kind of grounded and centered. So I'll give you a moment just to make those changes, simple changes if you can. Adjust your environment, and then maybe zoom in and take a look at the Blue Ridge Mountains or California or Wyoming. As we begin, I also want to acknowledge, empathize, and encourage. So this will be the start of our practice. Those three words: acknowledging, empathizing, and encouragement. I think we all can use that. So again, we'll go from the feet all the way up to the top or crown of our head. So in this moment, just press into the feet, press into the toes. Can you push into your big toe? Maybe your other four toes float up and then you settle those four toes and your heel. And then a comfortable seat where you can feel the sits bones pushing down. And you feel length in your spine, like you're trying to grow tall. Sometimes it's comfortable to tilt the chin down slightly to elongate the neck. Lift the crown of the head. On an exhale, contract the abs to the spine. Maybe you grow a little taller. And then just soften, but keep that long spine. Maybe your shoulders soften, maybe your face. A little smile or wiggle your eyebrows and get rid of the forehead line. Soften your jaw. Unclench your hands. Allow them to rest. Explore where it feels comfortable, where you can create some ease in your seat. I invite you to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Bring your attention to your breath. Notice wherever you feel your breath the strongest. And allow your attention just to sit there. Perhaps it's right at your nostrils where you inhale the cooler air into your body in the nostrils. Warm it, filter it, make it a little more challenging to inhale, vice the mouth. And then exhale, just releasing and sitting a little deeper into your seat. Continue this nice deep breath, deep breathing. Perhaps you feel it, the breath the strongest in your belly. And you inhale and you can feel the belly expand, the side of the belly expand, the lower back expand, like filling up a vase with water. It fills from the belly and then funnels all the way up to the neck. Or maybe you're more connected with your breath in the shoulders. As you inhale, the belly expands, but then the shoulders and chest rise up slightly. And then exhale. We want to exhale, exhale, exhale. Not hold on or clench. Just inhale what we need, nourishment, and exhale, cleanse. So I invite you to just take 3 or 4 nice inhales and exhales, ensuring you're exhaling fully, maybe even draw out your exhale a little longer. In mindfulness, we can take the time to do our work, what's needed, what no one else can do for us, to just reset, refresh. With your eyes closed or softened, the word acknowledge. These are tough times. So far, 2020 has brought us wildfires, COVID-19, a worldwide pandemic, the dreaded murder hornet/bee, anti-racism protests, and looting and rioting, and more. And it's only June. So let's just collectively acknowledge that these are tough times. These are tough times. It's okay to say that. These are tough times. And just continue to breathe. You're not changing it. You're not solving it right now. You're just acknowledging it. And then contemplate the word empathy. I empathize for your individual struggle, whatever that may be. Some of you may be working from home and it feels more like a hotel experience. I go into this room and then I leave it, and then I go into this room and then I leave it. Some people may have experienced the loss of a loved one, or just a disruption of our day, our work life, our relationships. I heard that we are all in a storm, but we're all in different boats. So we all experience it differently. And that's the importance of empathy. I spoke recently with a friend who's in Colombia and staying safer at home in a wonderful place. And then another friend who's more in public housing, and it's very challenging, even when they're to go outside, it's too crowded. So empathy, you can empathize for individual struggles, some struggles that we won't know. Continue to breathe, full inhales, deep exhales. It's learning to be present in the body, making that connection, mind, body, and breath. And the third word is just encouragement. You, me, we are resilient. We are here today. We can do hard things, and these hard things can build or enhance resiliency. Sometimes I think I'm not doing such a good job, and then other times I'm like, yes, I am. So acknowledge empathy and encouragement just helps us acknowledge our current present. I invite you to take 2 more nice deep inhales, perhaps stretching the breath out to a healthy 5 count on the inhale. And then exhale fully, a nice 5 count on the exhale, or close to that, no judgment. If it's 3 or 4, that's fine. 1 more inhale. And a full exhale, releasing. Now we'll explore some relaxation techniques. I think we'll remain seated. So again, just kind of press down into your seat and into your feet. Lengthen the spine. Let's just begin with some shoulder rolls. At first, maybe start out a little mechanical. You bring your arms forward, up, back, and down. Just exploring that range of motion, and then see where you can soften it. Nice and smooth. We hold some tension in our shoulders. And then pause and change direction. Again, start out a little mechanical, back, up, forward, and down. See where it's sticking or gripping, and then see if you can smooth it out, round it out, create some ease. Then on an inhale, draw your shoulders up to your ears. And then with an audible exhale, drop the shoulders, let it out the mouth. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Nice. Then exhale, tilt the chin to the chest. And then just roll the left ear to the left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Then right ear to right shoulder. And enjoy doing a few neck rolls, moving through any cracking or gripping, not an impingement. If there's a stop sign, don't move through it. And just release some tension, create some ease. And release. Then we'll interlace our hands behind our back. I'll show you how to do this, just like this. And if that doesn't work, you can just do elbows. And you're going to wrap your arms around. You're just wrapping it around the side. So I have my little handshake on the right side of my body. And then you're just going to tilt your ear toward the shoulder where your hand wrap is, getting a nice, deep, long stretch in your neck. And continue to breathe. As you inhale, feel the belly, feel the ribs expand, feel expansion. Exhale, releasing. 1 more breath. And then release. We'll do the opposite side. So bring that hand wrap to the other side. And again, it's perfectly okay to just grab forearms or elbows if you don't have that range of motion. We'll respect our boundaries. And then allow the ear to come to the shoulder where your hand wrap is, getting a nice long stretch on the right side. We hold a longer stretch, and the first thing we might want to do is hold our breath. So we have to remind ourselves to breathe, hold the posture, but not the breath. And then release, maybe wiggle out the fingers. We'll cross our wrists, our arms at the wrists, and bring our hands together. And then on an inhale, draw the arms up. Lengthen the spine. I feel taller already. And then release and touch the thumb to any finger. And just paint the walls with the fingertips coming down. Now I invite you to cross the wrists, but do it in an opposite manner. Bring the palms together. Inhale up. And then pick a different finger in the thumb, a mudra, let it connect, but really reach, reach, reach. And we'll do this 1 more time. So cross the wrists, bring the palms of the hand together, which unite the left and right side of our brain. Inhaling up. Pausing, and on that exhale, just reach, creating some space. Now crossing the opposite way. I always say shaking hands with a stranger. That's what it feels like. Inhale up. Release, different finger. I have the ring finger. That's longevity. Nice. in our seated position. We did all this length. Let's do a little flexion and extension of the spine for a seated cat-cow. So I like to rest my hands on my thighs closer to my knees, and then exhale, I lower the head, lift the pubic bone, round my upper back, and get a nice upper back stretch. Then inhale, just draw the shoulders back, lift the chin. And then exhale, rounding, feeling that stretch in the upper back. Inhale, lifting. And do 2 more. Linger where it feels good. That's your body saying, hey, that's what I need. And last one. And release. So hopefully that feels good. If you need to do any organic movement just to kind of get resettled, go ahead and do that now. This nice seated posture in the nature gallery or seeing nature in your own home. We'll take 3 breaths. We'll talk a little bit about the breath. I truly invite you to soften the gaze and just listen to my voice, even though you plugged into video, it sounds contraindicated. And just notice the 5 qualities of your own breath without any judgment. Is your breath deep? You can just silently answer. Are you feeling the belly full? Are you filling the container? Is your breath smooth? Is there any jagged or raspiness to it? Cruciferous vegetables are wonderful for the lungs. Farmers markets are open. This is just some encouragement to connect with nature. Is your breath equal? This one takes a moment, so I'll give you some extra time as you breathe. Is your inhale equal to your exhale? Under pressure, we want to inhale. We need to exhale as well. We need to release. That exhale helps us shift into that parasympathetic, that rest and digest, feed and breathe state, calmness. So maybe you count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And is your breath continuous? So what does this mean? Is it continuous? Just notice, does your inhale just magically or effortlessly turn into the exhale? Or do you find yourself holding at the top or the bottom? If so, we just try and smooth it out. Let the inhale roll into the exhale. I like to do a little exercise where I notice where the inhale disappears. So as I inhale, where does it disappear in my body? Your inhale, it goes to where there's space, where there's ease. And then exhale. Am I settling back in, or am I holding or gripping? So it's continuous. And lastly, it's generally quiet unless you're practicing a specific breathing exercise or pranayama. So in this nice centered and grounded position, feet firm, spine long, you're aware of your breath. I want you to notice, you can flutter your eyes open and just notice a plant or a tree or grass or something living. Could be in one of these beautiful Blue Ridge portraits or a plant close to you. Just bring your attention to that breath, and we'll take a mindful moment with nature. Contemplate the question, where does the growth, G-R-O-W-T-H, where does the growth come from? And I'm not going to jump into the answer there. I just want you to contemplate that. Where does the growth come from? Even the mountains change. The trees start out as a seed, then seedling, and grow a new branch or twig. Where does the growth come from? And just explore. Sometimes by gazing at something specifically, we might notice, oh, there's sunlight. Does the growth come from the sun? There's also soil. Is the growth coming from the soil? Perhaps it's coming from an internal drive, a life essence, wanting to grow. It has the potential for growth. Is it coming externally? Is there a caretaker, a gardener, a park ranger that fertilizes or weeds so it doesn't get overgrown? Where does the growth come from? Perhaps it comes from a mixture of all of these. And we notice that it takes time and patience and care. It doesn't happen immediately, even if we want it to be immediately. A fruit tree doesn't bear fruit every year. And then likewise, in this contemplative time, you might ask yourself, where does my growth come from? How am I growing during these tough times? Maybe you're navigating like a river that reroutes how to continue relationships. Maybe you're cooking more home-cooked or plant-based meals. How are you growing? And just like sunlight, what are you turning toward for nourishment? A flower will turn toward the sun. Sunlight gives us that vitamin D, 20 minutes of sunlight, more vitamin D than any food source. What are we turning toward during this time? I'll just give you a few moments to breathe through it. What new shoots, what new habits do you have during this time? After this session, that might be an interesting journal prompt. And sometimes I like to make a journal prompt and leave the book open all day long. And then when I walk past it, I might make an entry or not. And then everyone find an exhale wherever you are in this process. And then inhale, release, return to your normal breath. We'll move toward a deliberate self-compassion exercise by Linda Graham, who's a resiliency expert. Some of you might be aware of the traditional self-compassion meditation. This is an adaptation on it. Compassion is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves and others. So there's an opportunity to be a little more interactive. So I will say a phrase and then give you time to repeat it, and there'll be a variation on it. And by repeating the phrases, you may or may not feel an internal shift from when you first hear it. There might be a negative association or startling, or it might not even resound with you, like why? But then as we repeat it, hopefully you'll have this internal shift of compassion. So if it's comfortable wherever you are, feel free to repeat it. If you're in a public space or shared space, maybe you say it inside of yourself. But I really encourage you to say the words. So the first phrase is, may I be kind to myself in this moment. And you repeat. May I be kind to myself in any moment. And you repeat. May I be kind to myself in every moment. And you say. So these phrases, may I be kind to myself in this moment, any moment, every moment, helps break negative thought loops. The next statement, may I accept this moment exactly as it is. And you say. May I accept any moment exactly as it is. 'And you say. May I accept any moment exactly as it is. And you can repeat. May I accept every moment exactly as it is. This is the first step to overcoming consequences of events. Sometimes things happen. The next phrase, may I accept myself exactly as I am in this moment. May I accept myself exactly as I am in any moment. May I accept myself exactly as I am in every moment. So this phrase is an exact acceptance, the good, the bad, the otherwise, whatever, all of it, all of it. And once you accept that and say, this is me, my being, my essence, then you can, that's where change can start, if desired. And lastly, may I give myself all the compassion and courageous action that I need. We'll say this one 3 times. May I give myself all the compassion and courageous action that I need. May I give myself all the compassion and courageous action that I need. This can just help us build our inner resilience. So again, when you have these phrases, and these were from a resiliency expert, but it could be a piece of poetry or it could be a scripture. One I practice is you can just keep reading it until you feel this internal shift. You may or may not feel it. It's not the goal. It's just the process of the doing and the repeating. And it kind of builds up some energy. It's kind of like convincing yourself that it really happens. It's not false. There's this inner shift. And that's what I hope you experience or working to. And that's why they call it a practice and not perfection. So I thank you all for your time and attention today. I thank you for making the effort to connect. I really encourage you to connect with nature, kick off those shoes, walk on some grass or a trail or sand, if that's available to you. But if not, bring that nature inside. And if you can't be around flowers or plants because of microbes and immunity, how about a beautiful painting or visit the gallery and take a look around and try and make that connection and pick one of those phrases that landed with you where maybe you felt a twinge or a shift or just some ease. And I encourage you to repeat it. So thank you very much. Remember that the museum has different programs going on every week. So I encourage you to stay connected. So I will take a look at the chat bar and also unmute your mics if you would like to have a little interaction or questions about meditation. If you have questions about the art, we have Sage here as well. All right, so now I have to look at the chat. Yes, we have one chat. Thank you for a wonderful class. Well, you're very welcome. I enjoy it, but more importantly, I practice it and I believe in it. And I hope if you're new to mindfulness, try several different techniques, try different environments and different times of day to practice it, and hopefully you will experience some of the benefits. It's evidence-based that it works. Can we please have the sentences? Yes, yes you can. Sage can email them to you, but I will share briefly. It's, may I be kind to myself in this moment. And then you just add any moment and every moment. Then may I accept this moment exactly as it is. And then any moment and every moment. May I accept myself exactly as I am in this moment, any moment, every moment. And the last one is different. It's more of a wrap up. It's, may I give myself all the compassion and courageous action that I need. I call it my superhero statement. Oh yes, a comment. Nature, you're so good to remind us. Thank you, thank you. You're welcome, and get those toes on the earth. Feel that connection. I say close a circuit. You know, we're a system of systems, and we can ground ourselves just by being outside. You're very welcome. Thank you. I think that's a chat. And anyone, you're unmuted now. So if you have, if you want to talk. Oh, and you can unmute yourself.
Is the museum open for visitors now?
It's not open, but there is talk about a way ahead that's tied to the university system. So stay tuned.
Okay.
I have to take my glasses off. I'm so close. Any other questions or comments? All right. Be well. Have a wonderful day.